In the B, the O, the Y-L-E, the H, the E-I-G-H-T. Now add the S, that's East Los Angeles. Relax, kids, mezcalito about to handle this.
Sailor!
Yo-ho!
We're back for another one, and I brought you a new first mate, bro, to fucking run the ship. He's a former protege of the Kevin and Bean Show on 92.3 K-Rock. He's one of the is it a triple play or is it a double play? The West Coast Poplock podcast, the only podcast that runs the Tuesday motherfucking nights. If you're not watching, you're not down, and if you're not down, you better get down. Super Steve Flores up in the house. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, gentlemen? What's going on? Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man.
And it's a three-piece. It's a three-piece. The West Coast Poplock.
Three-piece and a biscuit. There we go. Can't go wrong with that.
Hells yeah, man.
And it's 106.7 K-Rock, KROQ.
It's not the 92 point. I keep thinking 92 on the East Coast, dog.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, no, I think it's East Coast, and you have a K-Rock out there as well. So
I thought they were all the same family. They were down the same.
I think they are the same family, just different call letters and numbers. You know, I think it changes west and east of the Mississippi. I think it changes from K to W. So yeah, it changes though.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and we were talking earlier, me and Dee, about like how back in the days, I'm 42. I grew up in Boyle Heights, but back in the days, like a lot of like the gangbangers that would listen to hip hop, if you listen to like K-Rock or metal, like they would like kind of talk smack, like, "Oh, you're a metalhead fool, you're a rocker, dog." And I kind of used to hate that, man. Did that happen in Anaheim too, bro?
No, not really, man. You know, because there was a lot of. I mean, you know what? As a Latino, you always listen to the music that your elders listen to, like your older sister, your older brother, your cousins, or whatever. So out here is a mixture of everything. I mean, I grew up listening to funk. I grew up listening to classic rock. I grew up listening to hip hop. I grew up listening to what they call K-Rock flashbacks, which is
I used to love the lunch, man.
All that stuff, man. So
every day at 12, the K-Rock flashback lunch. I remember that.
Yeah,
if you had the
I
CD,
think it's back. I think it's back with Slug.
Yeah.
I think Slug was doing
That's
that.
why Power 106 also used to have the 10 o'clock Tupac, where they would play Tupac for like an hour, and I'm like, bring that shit back, man. Kids need to listen to like Tupac and 80s flashback, bro.
Well, they used to also have, remember back in the day, the Aquanet set with Jeff G and DJ Ron. They had it also at the lunch hour, and it was all Aquanet set, all like high energy, land freestyle, kind of stuff. So that was pretty huge and popular.
I still go to a lot of clubs out here because out here is like a subgenre, the 80s freestyle, the Aquanet sets, and like I remember like we used to have a lot of backyard parties in my neighborhood. So when that music came on, all my aunt's friends would start dancing. Like when I was 13, that's when I started noticing like older ladies, and I was like, bum 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 bum.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like most gangsters talk smack until the girls start dancing, then all of a sudden it's cool. You know what I mean? So like whatever gets the girls moving, all of a sudden it becomes pretty cool at the end. So everyone fell in line.
I do stand up, and I always come out to Line, Babe, We're Gonna Love Tonight. And every time I'll stop and I'll be like, if you want to find out if a cholo is gay, play 80s disco. The tougher the cholo, the more puto he'll get. And like everybody starts laughing because they're like, yeah, and I never noticed that, bro.
Yeah. No, definitely. It just, music, let's be real. Music makes the girls move, and the girls moving makes the guys happy. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. No, that's why I love it. And like, my dad was a truck driver. So when I was a kid, I remember I got into, like a dumbass, I would listen to like MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice, and my dad would tell me, that's not Hammer, that's Rick James. And then like Vanilla Ice, like, that's not Vanilla Ice, that's fucking Queen. And he had like a case of tapes. And he would just tell me, here, listen to this. Don't listen to the crap you're listening to. And I'm trying to do that with my goddaughter right now because my goddaughter listens to this Korean K-pop shit. Yeah. And I'm like, Mika, that shit's not going to last. This is kind of stupid. Like, I'm trying to get her into The Cure, like Depeche Mode, like stuff that I grew up with. But, like, they're just stubborn, bro.
No, they are. But, you just got to keep, putting it in here and there. And then try to find something that's, like, familiar, something that might sound like one of their K-pops. And introduce them that way because that'll get the interest sparked and make them want to get into it. I'm luckily that I haven't had that issue with my godkids and my they all listen to a lot of the stuff that we were listening to back in the day. Because me and me and my sister, their mom, and our cousins. I mean, when we have parties, we still jamming all our stuff. So the kids get into it.
Yeah, no, that's the only thing that I think that's kind of messed up right now. There's not a lot of like backyard parties like there used to be. When I was a kid, it was like every weekend, and every weekend like we would be like in the backyard, piñata, because everybody, like our parents had kids like at 21, 22, so they couldn't go out clubbing. So they're like, hey, no, not like backyard party. That's like that was their nightclub scene, you know.
Well, I think what killed the backyard party was all like the undergrounds and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what really did it. And like people want to go out and like really go to bigger clubs, bigger situations. And I mean, there's still backyard parties here and there, but very far and few between. Mostly everybody goes to like breweries out here at least, you know, and go check out.
Have you ever gone to the Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet to check out like a band?
Bro, come on, dude. I'm the mayor of the Santa Fe Springs Swap Meet, bro.
Okay.
When it was called La Mirada Swap Meet, bro, back in the day.
All right.
That's how crazy it is. And I have my name up on the marquee as well. I hosted a K-Rock event there.
Firme.
But yeah, man, we did when my first year on Kevin and Bean, we did Cinco de Suapo. So it was Kevin and Bean, Cinco de Mayo at the Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet, bro. If you can imagine that. And we had Richard Cheese.
That's funny.
And man, it was great, dude. It was awesome. But
I just went to go check out a Doors tribute band, man, and it was like it was kind of cool because it wasn't that packed. Smoked a joint before the show, like just was chilling in the front row. It was, like I wish there was more kids that would go out of these spots, but like usually there's veteranos and cholos, but like
on Saturdays it's more rock. They do a lot of rock stuff, you know. And then on Fridays and on Sundays they do more of that gangster type of music. You know, after the ice raids and stuff, people started to stop going there for a minute, but they're starting to come back and hang out, you know, and realize that, you know, the people that are there selling stuff, you know, are just trying to make a living. So people are starting to come back out and support them. That's cool.
Hells
I was just there. I went to go see a Morrissey cover band, These Handsome Devils, and it was chill, man. It was cool. It was just a nice little Friday night.
I just saw them at Hully Gullies in Bellflower, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, like because for some reason, one of the dudes, I've been following him for years, but like he showed me a picture from like 16 years ago, and I'm in the background like this, and he's like, "Bro, you've been following us for 16 years." I'm like, "Hey, you fuckers are badass, bro. Like I like you guys."
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and there's all kinds of Morrissey cover bands, bro. But and they're all pretty good, dude. I mean, you know, you listen to them, and it's funny how the lead singers always really try to imitate Morrissey and his movements and throwing out the flowers and
I saw the Depeche Mode cover band at the Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet, Devotional. They were really good. That dude is really like does the moves that Gon does. Like he was pretty good, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen too many, but the Morrissey one I did see, and it was pretty cool. But yeah, man. I mean, you know, they have some good stuff out there. You know, to go chill and listen to and have yourself a beer.
Yeah, the only thing I'm kind of pissed off, man, those bacon wrap hot dogs are getting kind of pricey now, bro. I remember they were like $2, $1.50. Now I see some like dudes with cars that are charging like $12. I'm like, $12 for a bacon wrap hot dog?
Well, see, that's where you're making your mistake, bro. You gotta wait till you get outside, and the little carts out there, they're $8 and way better.
I need to start doing that because even when I go to a Staples Center, like they have a bunch of people with the carts, but like I'm like.
You got to get Anna the hot dog lady, dog. Anna
you have to have one when you're drunk in downtown LA or like anywhere, like and you smell that with the onions. I'm like, oh man.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you go to the swamp meet, once you leave the swamp meet in the parking lot, not even like outside, in the parking lot of the swamp meet, they have people there selling hot dogs and they're $8 and they're way better than the ones inside, bro, for sure.
I'll start doing that then, bro. Because the other day, like, because those motherfuckers are delicious, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I was gonna ask you, were you there for when Jimmy Kimmel fought the janitor?
Michael the maintenance man.
Yeah, Michael the maintenance. Were you there for that?
No, that was right before me. That was right before me.
But I remember it was a big thing here in LA. Like I remember like tuning in and listening to it, like, oh shit, they're actually gonna fight.
Yeah, they did. They trained and stuff, and Michael the Maintenance Man. Yeah.
Yeah, because I love Adam Carolla. Adam Carolla, like I've been listening to that from Loveline. I used to listen to that fool every night. Like I tell people, like I learned more about sex from Adam Carolla than I did from my parents, dog, to be honest. Like him him and Dr. Drew were funny as hell. But I remember that I think Adam Carolla heard about that fight, and he was a boxing trainer, and he showed up to try to like give free lessons, and that's how he got introduced to Jimmy, and that's how they became friends, and that's how he got hired at K-Rock.
Yeah, I mean that is true. He did. I think he worked him out at some gym, and they ended up training him. He went there, and yeah, I mean that is the story, and that's how it happened. And then his knowledge of woodworking was amazing. Cars, yeah, dude. I think, I mean, I like Jimmy. Jimmy's dope, but I think Adam was a more talented one in the sense because. Mr. Bertram was fucking awesome.
Oh, hell yeah. That and I miss Ralph too. I remember Ralph one year. He tried to break the masturbation record in a 24-hour period.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Oh, you don't remember that?
Or at least I try to forget.
But it was one of the funniest things on the radio. Like he was trying to break because somebody broke the record, like some Japanese guys for the most times he masturbated, and he would call like every 30 minutes with updates. And it was like a funny ass show, like or the funny episode, the funny 24 hours, where he would just call. But I think he gave up after like a certain amount. It was like I can't anymore, dude. I'm chafing. Like I quit. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that, I mean, it being on radio, you could do it without having to do it. You know what I'm saying? But there was a lot of stuff like that, a lot of cool shit, a lot of funny stuff, and that was a time where you could do stupid shit like that and get away with it, man. You know, I mean. Yeah. I did the whole enchilada with Super Steve every Friday morning, and I remember doing an episode of Kobe Bryant. Is he guilty or innocent? You know, and people were just saying all kinds of crazy shit. But you know, when he had supposedly, allegedly raped that girl, or whatever. And nowadays, I mean, shoot, who knows where that would have gone? I mean, it could have got me in trouble back then, you know.
Yeah, but, the thing that sucks is like, I mean, I grew up watching that Howard Stern movie, Private Parts, and we're like, it's freedom of speech. Like, it's just fucking jokes. We're not trying to hurt anybody, but we like raunchy shit. But like nowadays, people, you can't listen to that.
Yeah, can't say that. But even Howard Stern's changed, bro. He's not as raunchy as he used to be. He's not as edgy as he used to be, you know?
I know, which is kind of sad. I miss people pushing the envelope. But like, I guess that's why there's a lot of like podcasts and a lot of like newer comedians that are trying to say like, look, we're gonna do what we want to do, leave us alone. If you don't like us,
the king has been dethroned, my friend.
Yeah,
no, by the West Coast Poplock podcast.
It happened with Janet Jackson in the Super Bowl. The next morning when we all came into work on
that was a great
Monday
Super Bowl.
Morning, there was a big meeting, bro. There was so many things you could not do anymore, man. That's when Ralph
was it that nip slip
came up there. Whatever.
Just because of the nip slip, bro? Just because of that little... Wow.
Yeah. After that, dude, Ralph's Sex University got canceled. That was it. No more Ralph.
Yeah, and they also started I think it was like a 15-second delay in case somebody said something wrong or something like that on radio.
Dude, it changed a lot. It changed a lot of things, man.
Yeah, I do remember that. Because I also remember as a kid watching Married with Children, and I love that show. I loved Al Bundy, but a lot of people started calling in or sending letters to cancel the show, blah. And because they were so bad, a lot of kids were like, I want to watch this now. And I love Married with Children. I would have been pissed if it would have canceled and caved in back then.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, like I remember watching Married with Children, but like really, like if you really go back and watch it and listen to it. What's so racist? What is he really doing? What is he really saying? You know what I'm saying? Like really dissect it, and it's not as crazy as you think. And then you even think about it now, and the crazy shit we see nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the crazy stuff that you see even in the streets and that protests and shit like that. Like all the shit you're seeing now, like that's even crazier than what they were complaining about, like on TV with like Al Bundy and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just depends. You know what? Whoever complains the loudest, that gets heard. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but also that it used to be like the parental sign was like oh, forbidden. The forbidden fruit tastes sweeter, so kids would be like, oh, I want to listen to it now. Because
it was a backfire. You know, Dare against drugs. You know,
and
all that shit that's meant to make
control.
you say no or you know stay away from it. It's the first thing you want to do, bro. When they tell you not to lift the 9-volt batteries, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to
let me try it.
You want to see how it feels if you get shocked. You know, don't play with fire. You're gonna run your hands through it, bro. I mean, it's just.
I don't even remember. I think it was Al Gore's wife that was trying to like run this.
Gore.
Yeah, that bitch. She was trying to like control music and media and saying that. And then I think Dee Snider and it was Dee Snider and somebody, a couple other people. I think Two Life Crew went up to Washington and they were like, "Who the fuck are you to say what I can sing about? Who the fuck are you to control that shit?" And that's how that little parental thing came about. But I always give a shout out to Dee Snider because that motherfucker was a smart dude.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, the more parental shit, everybody wanted that copy. We didn't want the fucking, you know, PG copy. Everybody wanted that, you know.
Yeah.
And it was cool. Like, oh hey, I got the fucking parental, you know, version. And that's what you wanted to hear.
And even I can't. That's why I couldn't listen to hip hop on the radio because like they would edit it too much sometimes. I'm like, man, I don't want to listen to this crap today. Like, I don't know. I would rather buy the CD and like burn it or something. But
yeah, listen to the CD because you get all the lyrics and you get to all that cool stuff. But yeah, definitely, it's crazy, bro.
And that's the thing
what?
The thing that I miss is like buying a CD, like listening to all the tracks in order, and then with the little booklet that had like the words in there so you could like read along. I think kids are missing out on that part of life, man.
Well, they can't miss out on what they don't know they're missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for them, that never existed. So for them, it's like this doesn't exist.
My goddaughter, I was trying to explain to her what an encyclopedia was because I used to have like a big encyclopedia when I was a kid, like when I wanted to do research. And she was like, "Why didn't you just use the internet?" I was like, "Internet wasn't around." I was like, "What do you mean? Computers? Like you didn't use a computer?" I was like, "Not everybody could afford a computer. Like you had to go like to like get a book, whatever stuff you could study." And she was like, "So it was just a bunch of books with information?" I was like, "Yeah." Like she couldn't comprehend that.
No, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. The other night, I was here chilling at my house and I had my window open trying to get some fresh air. And I seen some people running around outside. And I'm like, oh, what the hell is that? So, being a good citizen, I grabbed my 9mm and I'm thinking, who's out there trying to steal my car? You know what I'm saying? Or something. And there was a bunch of kids playing tag at night.
Damn.
What?
And that's what I said. I was like, holy shit. So I sat down there and I watched them, play tag a little bit, from the window. And I was like, man, it brought memories back to when I was a kid. And you'd be out there playing tag, playing hide and go seek, freeze tag. It was just like, it was crazy to see it. And it was crazy just thinking how crazy it is to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was supposed to be normal. And I know there's a bunch of kids that live around here. You never see them, man. You don't see them. You don't see them out on the street on their bikes or out playing or nothing.
Inside,
they're on their video games, and it's crazy, man. It is.
I remember as a kid, the first, because it doesn't really rain that much in SoCal, but like I remember the first time it would rain, we would get a full ball, go to the park, and play in the mud. That was like a big thing for me. I was like, oh, it's raining. We gotta like set it up. We're going to the park. Nowadays, like kids are like, you used to play in the mud. I'm like, dude, that was the most fun I had as a kid, bro. Like I love that shit.
Or even build little boats out of newspaper and stuff when you were a little kid, and
that shit, them. Like waiting in line for a movie. Like even my like you had to wait in line. I'm like, yeah, but we talked with your homies. Like it was fun. And kids are like, wow, you could just buy your ticket online and walk in right away. I'm like, I don't like that. You need the foreplay in life. Like having to wait, you kind of need that shit.
You do. That's how you meet people. That's how you, that's how you learn communication skills.
Yeah, man. Like I can't stand these kids, man. Like I got a goddaughter, and like I bought a slingshot. I was at Walmart just walking around. I saw a slingshot. I'm like, oh, fucking slingshot! I fucking bought it because I want to go. Like I used to have one when I was a kid. It was like the coolest thing you could have. My goddaughter and two of my nephews were like came over, and I'm like, hey, come on! I bought a slingshot, and they took like 2 shots. And after this is stupid. We don't like this. And they went back inside and started playing on their fucking laptops. I was like, oh man, you guys are fucking nerds, bro.
Dude, we would have took that slingshot out instead of breaking windows or bottles or fucking shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Lizards and shit.
Yeah, I remember I had a BB gun and I was really young, and I was shooting shit out in the fucking yard, and then I shot a crow, which was a big mistake, bro.
Bad
I
luck.
mean, I didn't kill him or nothing, but I shot him, and he got crazy. So I ran in the house and was peeking out the window, and my front yard was full of crows, dude.
You remember, bro? They're fucking smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had read that afterwards that they can remember faces and shit.
Yeah,
One
they'll
of
jump
my
you, bro.
homegirls- Yeah,
So,
one of my
hey,
homies in South
10 years from
Carolina,
now, crow's gonna come by and peck me and be like, "You shot at me, fool."
drive by the kids, fool. It's like
Oh,
the Biggie, the Tupac of fucking crows, bro.
Yeah, Crow Village.
I remember my homegirl in South Carolina, like when I was in the military. She told me that when she was a little girl, she shot a crow, and her dad got mad because like, why'd you shoot a crow? Like, you're not gonna eat it. But the dad made her pluck it and fucking cook it, and he made her eat it. So to teach her a lesson, like, hey, you can't just kill any animal. Like you have, and
Bro,
like, so like
she ate a soul, dog. They say those things carry souls. I'm talking about the movie, but I mean, superstitiously, bro, you're not supposed to kill them, bro. Like,
But she learned a valuable lesson. Like sometimes you need to fucking teach these kids a fucking lesson. Because I think she told me that she put a bunch of like
tastes
cayenne
like chicken?
pepper and made it spicy. No, well, he made it spicy to teach her a lesson. Like you don't kill what you don't eat, you know.
But you know, sometimes they carry diseases too, bro. They thought it could have got sick. Like, yeah.
It was
she
South
could have got
Carolina.
rabies or some shit eating
Yeah.
that motherfucker.
I would have took a good ass whipping like we used to back in the day. That's what I would have took.
Yeah.
Fuck that crow shit.
That's another thing. I remember an ass whooping was like a good life lesson. Now people are afraid to hit their kids, bro.
What do they call?
tried to-
What's that? Not Secret Service. With social services and shit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no,
I remember-
yeah, you used to get an ass whipping, you know what I'm saying? Not doing certain shit. And
I
you know
remember
what,
one-
I think about it. I'd rather take a good little ass whipping for like a couple seconds or whatever, 1-2 spanks or whatever it's gonna be. Get it over with and cool. I'm on my day.
Yeah.
Not having to be grounded for like a week or 2 weeks. Can't do shit. Like, nah, just
Yeah,
whip my ass.
but
Hurry up.
I think that's when they realized, like, oh, this fool doesn't take care about punishment, but like his freedom is what sucks. So that I hated that when they would take my freedom.
Yeah.
But I do remember one time in my neighborhood, they had a construction site by a hospital where they were building a parking lot. And me and my little cousins, we were like maybe like 10 years old. We all kind of took off to play in when we were playing on top of bulldozers, like freaking. They didn't have a security guard back then, like they have now. So we're fucking throwing rocks, like doing all in front of like a active construction zone. And once my mom and my aunts found out where we were at, they fucking brought us like back to the block, like spanking the shit out of us. I still run into gangbangers from my neighborhood that tell me, hey man, I remember that day your mom fucked you all, bro. I'm like, dude, that shit happened when I was 10. Like, yeah, man. Me and the gangbangers were like yelling, like, hey lady, stop, he's had enough. Like the gangbangers felt bad for me and my cousins, bro.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't be playing that shit, bro. You can get hurt, dog.
Live and learn, but I nowadays I'm like, you know what? Thank you, mom, for being the fuck out of me. I learned a valuable lesson, you know.
Could have been a
But at the
lawsuit
same
though,
time,
man.
I mean, that's what it was about. It was about going out and getting into some kind of little bit of trouble. Nothing crazy. You know, don't kill no one, don't steal nothing, don't break into shit, but a little bit of trouble, a little trespassing doesn't hurt nobody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little mischief. How's it, man?
Yeah, I mean, we had the same thing over here, you know, when they're building new stuff like, you know, like a Rite Aid or whatever the hell they used to build back then. And we used to take our bikes and ride on the dirt mounds and shit, you know, and get kicked out. I mean, that was cool, bro. Like riding around, seeing shit, you know, meeting people. I mean, but now it's like, you know, everyone's online with fake names and shit, you know?
Yeah, hiding behind the screen. Yeah, let me ask you something, because I grew up in Boyle Heights back in the days in the 80s and 90s when it was dangerous. It was hood, like projects and all that shit. Like, I ended up joining the military, and when I got in the military, I had like this white homie from Orange County, and I was like, oh, you must have had it nice. Orange County, like, must have been nice. But he was like, nah, I lived in the trailer park, dude. Like the Orange County got like some hood areas, and I didn't know like Santa Ana, Anaheim's got like a little pockets of like hood and shit, right?
Everyone does, bro. See, I think that's the big misnomer. Everyone thinks it's like, oh, you know, only Latinos can have hood areas in certain spots. I mean, it's not even about that. It's about, you know, income. So lower income families happen to have a little more hood. And there's a lot of places out here. I mean, I grew up in a barrio, you know what I'm saying? With a bunch of, you know, gang members, gangbangers and stuff. But these guys were the ones that were in our neighborhood who protected the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And we all grew up together. Right here in Buena Park, Barrio Los Coyotes is a neighborhood. You know, and all my homies are from there. You know, I mean, a lot of my family's from there. You go back to, like you said, Santa Ana, Stanton, Crow Village. You got in Anaheim. You have tons of street, gangs. You know what I'm saying? Anaheim Travelers, Optional Boys, La Fábrica. You have ATC. You have Little Tijuanita. I mean, there's so many.
I started doing some shows out there, and I started rolling through some hoods, like some where they have open mics at dive bars, and I was like, God damn, like I thought it was kind of nice out here, but
no, I mean, everything has its, this and that. I mean, even LA has some nice areas, bro, where you want to go and hang out, like, because when we grew up, we always wanted to go party in LA, because that was it. Like, oh, we're going to LA tonight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Florentine Gardens, the Dome. All that kind of cool stuff. So, all the cool ass parties were out that way.
The Richard Humpty Vision. I remember that one CD that he had.
That was the Dome, dude.
I remember that. I had that one.
Power Tools.
Yeah.
Power Tools. Yeah. I had them at one of my events not too long ago.
You did? Oh, Peter, man.
Yeah, I brought back a couple years back. I brought back all that house music. I had him and Bad Boy Bill, DJ Angie V. High C.
Nice.
Yeah, man, and it was a sick ass show, bro. And there was a bunch of old school heads too that were back from those days, like from all the crazy promoters from Florentine Gardens and all that shit. All the guys that used to do all that stuff back in the day, they were all hanging out and they were like, damn, you took us back. And then man, I will say this: Michelada Rumble brought back a lot of artists and started a lot of trends.
My homie, he's a professional luchador. He actually wrestles for that Socre.
Socre.
Okay, I used to backyard wrestle with that fool, and I trained a little bit. Like before I messed up my back, that was my dream to be a wrestler. But he grew up in like Montebello, but like some of our homies used to have a backyard wrestling company, and we used to wrestle there with him. But like he's the motherfucker that like took care of his body, and he's still doing it to this day, man.
Yeah, no, we booked him all the time, bro. Even like last year, the beginning of this year, we booked him. We do a lot of stuff together still for Santa Anita. He's done a lot of Michelada Rumbles. He's done a lot of events for us, And like I said, we started setting all those little trends for all these, like, we call them micro festivals because they're not as big. They're not a Coachella size or nothing of that nature, They're smaller ones. But, we brought the Lowriders. We brought the old school, like, Lighter Shade of Brown, Mary Jane Girls, like all those kind of bands. And then we also did DJs. We did Lucha Libre, all kinds of shit, man. And now those guys get booked for all kinds of events. And it's cool to see, It's cool to see.
Yeah, no, I trip out because right here in my neighborhood, I live in Hacienda Heights now. I grew up in Boyle Heights, but I live in Hacienda now. But Melo Mayonnaise lives around here, and I run into that fool in a couple bars sometimes. And that dude's a pretty cool cat, man. He gave me like a little spiel the other day about like focusing and like just trying to do what you want to do. Like he's a pretty cool cat.
Yeah, I tried to book him for a show once, but it didn't work out. But yeah, man, no, he's really cool, man. He does his thing, and I mean, he has a banger. Mentirosa, bro. Like, if you play that, I mean, 99.99% of the people know that shit, and they start bobbing their head to it,
Oh, hell yeah. But I still remember también, I don't know if you remember Kid Frost.
Yeah, I've had Kid Frost multiple times at different events.
His daughter bartends at my bar right here. She's a fox, dude. She's a hot ass looking chick, man. Like, and when they told me like, oh yeah, that's Kid Frost, I'm like, no, it's not. I was like, yeah, like I guess it's Kid Frost's daughter, and like I guess her brother también. He makes a lot of beats for like a lot of big rappers.
No, I mean I don't know anything about that, but I do know Kid Frost, and I've had Kid Frost multiple times at our events, and he's a crowd pleaser too. People like them songs, and it's nostalgia, man. It's nostalgia for people, and it's a good time.
What's the next events that you guys got lined up? What festivals?
Nothing as of right now. It's the end of the year, so right now we'll probably start thinking about creating some new stuff or refurbishing what we have going on. Switching it up. I mean, you always got to start thinking of a new thing or a new style. So, and I've also done stuff for Coachella. I've worked for Coachella before in the past. I might head back there this year do some stuff with my boy Chuck. He's one of the guys in charge of the camping out there. Yeah, dude. There's all kinds of stuff still going on, and a lot of my friends are still in that business, and they still do a lot of those events. They do everything that you can think of out here that goes on, whether it's at the Coliseum or the Rose Bowl. They're all involved in all that stuff. They even do a lot of stuff with the Super Bowl. I know the Olympics are coming, so I know a lot of guys that are going to start doing stuff for them as well. So it's just a plethora of just different events, and everybody wants to do an event now. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wants to do an event. So, whether it's a company or whether it's a city, they all want to do something cool and have spectacular, but they don't want to pay, bro. That's the bad part, No,
because I do stand-up comedy, and like I it's always the bar or the promoter that wants to get their biggest nut, and I get it, but at the same time you got to pay the talent every once in a while, because like I when I do stand-up, I try to pay my comics, because I got lessons like dude, pay them because they'll remember you, so whenever they make it to the next level, they'll book you también. But yeah, there's a lot of promoters that are snakes, bro. There was one promoter that was bringing comedy to Boyle Heights, and I was like, all right, cool. And he would put all these big name comics on the flyer, but then the comics would cancel a week before because he wouldn't pay them. So I would tell him, hey, well, let's scratch him off the flyer. Like, nah. Keep him on the flyer, and then we'll just replace him with somebody else. I'm like, bro, that's a bait and switch. What if somebody wants to see like this big name? And he just didn't give a fuck. And I was like, nah, bro, my name's on the flyer too. Like, I don't want people to think that I'm fucking doing the bait and switch, bro.
I used to do comedy shows as well. I used to do a show called I Bet You'll Laugh out here in Fullerton at which was the Slide Bar back in the day. Thanks to Josh and Ramon.
That dude, the dude that, oh my God, that Cholo, you used to do him out there, no?
No, the only Cholo I've ever had on it was, I don't even know if you want to call him Cholo, Flaco.
Oh, no, that was, never mind.
Flaco the comedian. Oh, you're talking about George Perez.
Yeah, George Perez did a lot of shit out there in Orange County, no?
Yeah, he's from Orange County. I think he's from Santana, I think. But I never did anything with him. I've had Momo Rodriguez, Sherry Cola. Sherry Cola actually did her first show with us at the Slide Bar. Johnny C. A bunch of up and coming comedians still. I mean, Momo's had his, he's up there already. He's been on.
I was actually dating his cousin for a bit. Well, talking to his cousin for a bit, but.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever gets you the gig, right?
No, I wasn't trying to do that. I was like, nah, Charlie. Like, she was just kind of hot, and I was like, I met her at a comedy show, and then she tells me, yeah, my cousin does it, and she told me who he was. I was like, oh yeah, I've seen him at the Improv. Like, she's pretty funny. But like, she was like, you want me to introduce? I'm like, no. I want to make it on my own merit. I don't want to take short steps, or shortcuts. Like, I'll do it on my own if I make it. If not, Charlie. But it's pretty interesting, bro, because it is a very one hand washes the other business. Or like, if you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. But
that's everything, bro. That's everything. No, I mean, as much as we want to say that it only happens here or there, that's everything, bro. Yeah. If people like you, they'll help you become successful. And if they don't like you, no matter how good you are, they'll do everything they can to not help you be successful, my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the one thing to me I've never understood about comedy, bro, is that it's so. I don't know, dude. It just looks like a mountain so hard to climb, bro. Like, there's so many people.
That's the fun part. It's just finding your crowd. Like, it's like some people like Beyonce, some people like the Deftones. I think Kevin Hart is like Beyonce. We're like, okay, like, I don't think she's that fun, like that entertaining. I'm a big Deftones fan. But if somebody were to give me a ticket to a Beyonce concert or tell me you got to pay $200 to go see the Deftones, I'm going to go see the Deftones. And I think comedy's a lot like that, where like the funniest dudes aren't always the ones up top making the most money. Like, I love Dave Attell.
Instead of Beyonce or the Deftones, wouldn't you want to be like Dave Chappelle, like a Foo Fighters, where everyone likes you?
But again, there's in comedy, it's weird because nobody knows who Dave Attell is, and they're like, well, why is he to me he's funny. I think he's funny, and it's like subjective. Like, some guys are tits guys, some guys are ass guys. You're not wrong for being a tit guy. I'm not wrong for being an ass guy. But that's why comedy is like, some people like go towards those type of comics. Like, There's a comedian named Corey Holcomb right now, and he's very dark humor, vulgar, but he's funny. But he'll never make it in Hollywood because he says what he wants, while Kevin Hart has to play the role. Like Kevin Hart can't be too offensive, and I'd rather be free and say whatever the fuck I think is funny than having to tiptoe.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because it's always very weird to me. Like the comedy just seems like, like it's two different things, bro. It's like, you know what I mean? There's really no like when you have rock's rock. You know what I mean? When you have hip hop's hip hop. I mean, there's little genres here and there, but for the most part, we understand what it is, you know. And I think comedy has so many lanes.
Yeah.
That it's just hard to really think about what everybody wants, you know.
And again, like people like tell me that like, oh, you're kind of vile, you're perverted, you're kind of like, but other people come up to me, hey man, you're funny. And again, some people some people like Richard Pryor, some people didn't like him, and you got to just be you in the comedy game.
Okay, let me ask you a question. But isn't there sometimes like too much bullshit? You know what I'm saying? Like when a comedian just goes to like talking shit because they're not funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, like the girl like talking about her tits or her ass. Like, all right, you don't have nothing else to talk about. You're not creative enough to come up with a good joke, so you have to talk about your ass.
Yeah, they call those the crowd work comics, the ones that don't write shit and try to riff with the crowd. But a lot of them usually fucking suck and they bomb. Me, I write my shit down and I take pride in it. I practice it, and I have my sets for different rooms. Like all right, I'll read the room. But again, it's like surfing. Like you want, like it's you and the crowd. Can you get that crowd to shut the fuck up and listen to every word you're saying? And I've done rowdy rooms like in the Inland Empire where there was like this neo-Nazi with like a swastika. Fucking came up to me and gave me a hug afterwards. Like, bro, you're funny. I was like, that made me feel good. That I made a Nazi come up to me and hug me. And again, other comics that were bigger names, they went in there and they ate a bag of dicks, and I was like, I know my crowds. Like, I know rowdy rooms.
I actually booked some comedians for the Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet one time, a couple friends of mine, and talk about eating the bags of dicks, bro. Holy shit.
Who were they? You mind me asking?
Oh, they're guys that aren't even like, they haven't done anything since then. That's how crazy it was, bro. They went there, they went on stage, and it was so bad, bro. The crowd was like, oh, come on, put the band on. And I was like, holy shit. I felt bad for them, dude. But those guys have not been on stage ever since then. But then there was like other guys that went on stage and killed it.
Yeah. And again, it's you got to have really thick skin, because I think the best advice I ever heard was Stephen Colbert. And he says, you have to learn to enjoy the suck. Once you learn to enjoy the suck, nothing will bother you. And I've never been booed. I've never like the worst thing that you could do is when people turn around and start talking. So my thing is try to get their attention right away within like the first 15 seconds, and then try to come off as the best compliment I always get is you're relatable, bro. You're relatable. You sound like one of us. A lot of there was a biker gang. I don't want to mention which one, but there was a biker gang. And I used to do comedy at that club, and I felt like Pee Wee Herman when he goes to that bar. Like I was like, I'm out of place, bro. Like I'm not. But a lot of them fuckers were like, hey, bro, you're fucking funny, dog. And they fucking follow me to the Bellflower Comedy Shop. They still follow me on Instagram. Like, I want to follow you, bro.
We know who those guys are. We know who they are.
Bro,
you ain't got to lie, bro. We know who they are. But that's cool, though. But like you said, that's cool. You got these guys that most people are intimidated by, especially the comedian. You're like, fuck, what am I going to do? And you made it work. You made it work for yourself, and now, like you said, you got new fans.
Yeah, and again, like I said, it's like music. The people that like rock. Like I don't like freaking what's that fucking Creed? No, not Creed. Was it Never Mind Another One, man? What?
Wasn't that Creed?
That's
Creed,
dog.
No,
that's not Creed. No, that's not. Wait, you don't like Nickelback, dog? What's your beef?
I'm not a Nickelback guy.
What the fuck?
I'm not a Nickelback fan. But there's a documentary on like diehard Nickelback fans. I'm like, really? You guys like that's not me though. But again, there's people that like Nickelback that are diehard Nickelback fans.
Okay,
I'm like,
I'm not a Deftones fan at all.
Wow, what the
right, there you go.
Oh,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't get it, bro. I think every single song sounds the same, bro. And I have homies, I have friends that love that band.
That's what I'm saying, though. I got cousins that got the fucking Deftones tattooed on their forearms.
I'm
But
telling
again,
you, bro.
there's something for everybody out there. That's what I always
Same
want
thing
to
with
say.
Morrissey. I don't
Yeah.
get the.
Oh no, he only got one good song,
You don't
bro,
have-
and that's
it's
on the
'cause you don't have
Charm
a heart, bro.
soundtrack.
It's 'cause you don't have a heart, man. No,
No, hey, dude, I don't know, but they're like, especially when they're like, oh, you know what, Morrissey's like rancheras and blah. No, it's not, motherfucker. No,
it
it's
kind
not.
of is, bro.
No,
Bro, I
it's
can't
not.
listen to a
It's
guy that
not.
don't eat
It
meat,
doesn't
bro.
sound
No
like
diddy, man.
ranchera. It doesn't.
It's about
fucking-
heartbreak. It's
No,
about
okay,
love
cool.
loss.
There's a lot of shit about heartbreak. Doesn't make it the same. It just makes it about heartbreak. Cool. But a ranchera to a fucking Morrissey song is two different things. They might be both talking about heartbreak. There's a lot of motherfuckers that talk about heartbreak. Elvis talked about heartbreak. There's a bunch of fucking hip hoppers that talk about heartbreak. It's not all the same.
But I
They just
think
what they're trying to do is they're trying to get themselves to make them believe that it's that important. Like, oh, Morrissey. Nah, dog. Hey, he's
But-
cool.
but
If you
again-
like him, you like him.
right, and
If
that's
you
what I'm
like him, you
saying.
like
bro. Some people
But-
have different experiences at concerts. Some people have different experiences.
No,
at,
no, no. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
Music changes people's lives. Music
Yeah.
makes people come out of some dark places. Music is a wonderful tool and a wonderful thing for your life. But hey, I was in the business of playing music, bro. Like, I love music.
But
I'm not
I
saying
think the
that.
reason, I know, but the reason I think, especially amongst Hispanics, because even Anthony Bourdain came to LA once. He's like, "What is it with Mexicans and Morrissey? Like, why do Mexicans love
Yeah.
Morrissey so much?" And the thing is, I think at the time where a lot of immigrant kids were here in LA, we were taught not to cry. Like, be a man, shut the fuck up, suppress your feelings. And he was the first motherfucker that was like, all right, that's why Mexicans also love oldies. Oldies were like, I remember in my neighborhood.
Okay, but you're trying to compare Morrissey to corridos. Hey, bro, Ramon Ayala, those fools don't fucking cry.
No, I
Hey,
compare
talk about
Morrissey to Juan
machistas.
Gabriel.
Those guys are fucking machistas as a motherfucker. And,
Right,
and,
but I compare Morrissey to Juan Gabriel. I think Morrissey and Juan Gabriel
yeah,
are
Juan
like
Gabriel
the
was
two
gay, and
dudes.
so was Morrissey.
Exactly. And Juan Gabriel could write a great love song. And
Okay,
I think
cool. But that's what I'm saying. No one's comparing him to Juan Gabriel.
I do.
Of the people are like, hey, he's like a corrido, like that type of music. No, he's not, dog. Juan Gabriel, I can see that. And I love me some Juan Gabriel, bro. I remember I took my mom to see him. She wanted to see him. I took her.
at the fucking,
And she had
at
the
Rose
best
Bowl?
time of her life. I
At
know,
the Rose
in
Bowl?
Anaheim at the
Oh.
pond, I think it was.
I remember
Back
I
then,
met
like-
him once at the Rose Bowl. I used to play basketball and like sports at the Hollenbeck Youth Center, and I remember he was gonna be at the Rose Bowl because I guess like he like he was gonna do a concert there, and like they had like a tarp. So when he came out, he had like a rose, and then he spun around all dramatic. I was like, what the fuck? Like, but I'm like, I gotta meet him though. But like, my mom was jealous.
Dude, they said that they just spotted him in France.
No,
He's
what?
really not dead. No, I'm telling you, I saw it on some like TV or some kind of like bullshit thing, dude. It was like
like
Juan Gabriel
Tupac
spotted in
Tupac, dude?
France, not really dead.
Nah,
You know how, dude, anyone that's that huge and that popular, when they die, they can't be dead. You know what I mean? Elvis is supposedly still alive. Tupac is still out there.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's another
No,
one.
but
I'm not a big Tupac fan at all either. I mean, it is what it is.
We gotta
Yeah.
start making some changes, man. Like,
You guys are this Nickelback hating motherfucker
Yeah.
over here.
one of my black homies got mad because I said like I as a kid I grew up and I listened to a lot of Tupac, but I was like, Tupac and Charlie Kirk actually say a lot of the same shit, bro. Like hey, black people, we got to get together. And I told him I think Charlie Kirk was like the white Tupac, and he's like, no man, why? You can't say that. I'm like, nah, I'm just like I was just fucking around.
But as much as he started to get together, he always talked shit too. So it's just critical to me. I like guys like Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? That's what I grew up on. NWA. Like I remember buying my first NWA tape, playing it at home in the backyard. My dad came and goes, "What the fuck is this shit?" Got it, and he threw it away because it was all cussing. You know what I mean? And I was like, he threw that shit away. I had to go buy a new one and hide it.
And now you had to hide that shit, right?
Oh yeah, you had to hide it. I couldn't play that shit at home anymore. You know? Fuck
Yeah,
the
no,
police, you know what I'm saying? My dad was born here, and he was a Vietnam vet, bro. Like that guy wasn't messing around, dude. I remember I had a Rage Against the Machine poster up, and Zach had a red star on his shoulder.
Che Guevara.
And my dad came in the room and goes, "Hey, can you take that down?" I had a lot of friends die because of those motherfuckers or whatever. He didn't say motherfuckers, but I knew what he meant.
Charlie.
And I took it down. Out of respect, it's his house, I took it down. I took the thing down and I put it away, and I was like, all right. He didn't tell me I couldn't listen to it. He didn't say don't like the band and shit. He just said, hey, out of respect here, can you take it down? Like I said,
No, my dad was a stoner back in the days, like super like liberal 70s hippie, whatever. He came in this guy, but he was a big metalhead and rock fan. And I remember I started listening to Kiss, and my dad's all like, "Why are you listening to that crap? Listen to Zeppelin." I'm like, Kiss. And my dad told me the reason he hates fucking Kiss was because Kiss said one time that they were a better band than Zeppelin. And my dad was like, "How fucking dare they say that? Like Zeppelin is way better." And I was like, "All right, dude." Like, yeah, but
people get triggered by different shit, man.
Yeah, but like, yeah, like my dad, like again, like when I started listening to like hip hop as a kid, my dad was like, "It's música de los morenos. Why are you listening to that? Like listening to rock and roll, like good music." Or like it wasn't even about the morenos. He would tell me listen to like fools that play instruments. Like he was a big Commodores fan. He would listen to like Jimi Hendrix, like yeah, Thin Lizzy, like he's like those fuckers know how to play, but like these fools just yelling into the microphone. It's not but it's old school mentality.
Yeah, and this mentality, every generation hates the next generation's music, man. I mean, there's shit that I don't get right now either, that the young kids are listening to. I don't get it, but but it is what it is. I mean, people didn't get our shit when we were listening to it, so there's nothing.
Yeah, that's what I say. It goes in circles. And even music, I don't know who the hell said that he had a bit where he said like music goes in cycles, and before the hair metal band was like I like hair metal bands like Guns N' Roses, freaking and even like Twisted Sister.
Careful, don't be calling Guns N' Roses hair metal, bro.
Okay,
they're gonna want to fight you.
Motley Crue. I like Motley Crue. But then after that, the grunge scene came in and kind of was against all that glam rock, getting laid, partying, and it was about depressed shit, and it kind of fucked it up. And after the grunge scene for a while, the pop scene came out, the where everything was happy and go lucky again. And I think it goes in cycles like that.
Yeah, I mean, it just it all depends. It goes in cycles because if you think about it, hip hop, they can come out with music right away, boom, 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 and rock, it takes a few years. I mean, you probably tour your album for a year or two before you write a new one,
Yeah. And I like what Dave Grohl had this thing that he said about how American Idol just killed the garage band. Like it used to be like you and your friends get in a garage, fuck around, suck for a while. Then you get like to, a place at the Doll Hut. You do a set there with like 3 people, and you keep evolving and getting better. But with American Idol and all this instant fame, like people are getting famous for being crappy sometimes. And it's kind of like you need to go back and retard ourselves and go back to the days of the garage band, And I agree with that.
No, dude, I mean, I used to go to the Doll Hut a lot. I remember the Doll Hut, bro. I used to see some sick-ass bands there. Dude, that's when there used to be mad venues in Orange County, bro. The Doll Hut, the Shack, Hoagie Bar Mic. I mean, there was so many venues, bro, and so much good music out here.
I did comedy there a while back. And I think
even like the punk scene out here, I mean, people are surprised, but there's a lot of Orange County dope-ass punk bands, Yeah. But yeah, bro, I mean, all those things are gone, man. Like, there's not really any venues out here anymore, or even in LA,
And even to put it all together, like in the comedy scene, a lot of these young comics that are starting out want to start doing the Long Beach Laugh Factory, like like within like 2 months of starting comedy. And I'm like, bro, I went to fucking rooms where there's like fucking people shooting up. I went to like downtown rooms, like to do like 5 minutes, where I had to pay like $5, like, and you gotta go through the motions of wanting to do this shit and going to fucked up rooms that'll make you good once you do a big venue. Like I've done the Ice House, I've done the Laugh Factory, but it took me a while to get to that level where I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna see, like, it's gonna be fucking easy for me here because I already done it in the worst fucking rooms. I did a show one time in San Bernardino where it was like a punk show, but these kids were not fucking listening, and it was like a bunch of kids in the backyard. And I made a joke about Chaka the Tagger, and I guess he was in a punk band. And when I said that joke, he's like, "Oh, Chaka's right there." I'm like, "No, he's not." He's like, he ain't here. He's like, "Yeah, no, he's a drummer in a punk band." I took a picture with that fool. I was like, "Oh shit, I remember you from when I was a kid, bro." Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, I think the thing is that the internet has made these kids think that they're ready for the big time. You know what I'm saying? Like, one guy gets lucky off a joke or one song that they wrote, and then it goes viral, and so all of a sudden, oh, he's ready for the big time. Nah, bro, it takes time. It takes seasoning. It takes, some time to get out there and really become, good. And then again, like we said in the beginning, bro, it's all about who you know and who likes you. Because if they don't like you, it don't mean shit. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, dude. It's because like I'm very competitive and I want to be the best. And I've had headliners get mad at me because like even if I'm fourth in the lineup, I've heard the bookers of the show told me, "Hey, bro, the headliner's pissed off at you." I'm like, "Why? What did I do?" He said, "You stole the show, bro," and he's fucking pissed. He's like, "You should never do that." I'm like, "What the fuck? Why am I the? You want me to suck on purpose to make that fool feel good?" Charlie, like I've had a couple comedians, like big name fools, that don't like me because of that, and I'm like, I know the 48 laws of power says never outshine the master, but I'm like, fuck that. Like, why am I not gonna try to like be the best at that show? You know?
No, for sure, bro. For me, yeah, I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to do my show. You booked me for a reason. You booked me because you liked me. You thought I was funny. So let me get at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do me. And to try to like be less or be unfunny because you need to make sure someone else shines. Nah, bro. I'm here to make myself shine, bro. Not everyone else.
Yeah. And
but I'm not here to push anyone down either. I'm not going to get mad if you shine and you get one else than me. It's going to have to make me work harder.
Yeah, and that's what I like. Iron sharpens iron. That's what I keep telling people. Like if you do better, it makes you want to do better. But there's other fools that are kind of like, I've been doing this longer than you, so you got to wait your turn. I'm like, but I tell people I've been doing this shit since the first grade, dog. I've been funny since the first grade, bro. Like, and I'm not trying to be cocky, but it's like I've always been a class clown. Even my homies that see me from elementary school is like, you're finally doing it, bro. I knew you were gonna be a comedian. I was like, what? He's like, you were always funny in class, dog. It just took me a while to put it together on stage, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can't fuck that shit, dude. All these old cats or older people or whatever, like, oh no, you can't be as good as me. Nah, fuck you, bro.
I had this one comedian. He's a veteran of like, I'm gonna say 25 years. And I tried to shake his hand one time after a show, and he looked me up and down. He's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And he walked away from me, and I'm like, "Alright, I'm gonna remember that." Yeah. We recently did back-to-back shows at Sage and Whittier, and I was right before him. He was a headliner. I had everybody cracking up, and he couldn't follow me. Like, he ate a bag of dicks. Then the next week, he's all like, "Hey, bro, you mind holding back?" I'm like, "Fuck you, motherfucker. I tried to shake your hand. You were a dick to me. I'm going to make you fucking work now." I'm petty, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, man, that's what he deserves, bro. You know what I mean? Like you said, you were trying to be cool, and that guy was being a dick, and so that's what you get.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I enjoy it. And again, like I said, everybody's different. And it's like everybody, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I think in anything in life, a lot of these kids want instant gratification. And I'm like, no, you gotta, like Pavlov, you gotta learn to salivate and so that on Friday that steak tastes better, you know? Like Adam Carolla has this thing where if you eat salad Monday through Friday, when you eat that steak on Saturday, it's gonna taste better. But if you eat steak every fucking day, by the time Saturday comes around, you're like, that steak's gonna be like, nah, I already had it all week. Why do I need it again? And that's why I tell people, enjoy the suck, enjoy the crappy rooms, the small rooms. It makes you better, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm carnivore, so I eat steak every day, bro.
Well, I'll get chicken or ribs or whatever, but fucking
we gotta mix it up.
And
some eggs.
Yeah.
No,
D, what's up, man? Bring us some more questions, brother.
I'm chilling over here. Yo, Steve, man. So what's going on, man? So I mean, I know you have never been on this show before. And I know you've probably been asked this question a billion fucking times, but how did you get hooked up into the K-Rock world? How did you get into that? Because that seems like an elite club that to get in, man. Like you can't just walk in the door and say, "Hey, I want to be a part of your team." How'd you get in there, brother?
You know what? You saying it's an elite club? I will say this: I didn't realize how elite it was and what I had accomplished until I was out of it already. And the people that I met, other guys that were trying to do it, other guys that had different podcasts, and be like, "Oh, I used to listen to you, bro. Heck yeah, dude. I love K-Rock. I always wanted to be on K-Rock." And then I started realizing, like, fuck, that was fucking pretty big. But when I was in high school, I used to hang out with my boy Chito, Andres, up the street from my house. And I told him one day, I said, "Yo, bro, I'm going to be on K-Rock." And he's like, "Yeah, right, bro." He's like, yeah, right, dude. And they used to call me Babies back then. That was my nickname. He's like, yeah, Babies, come on, bro, let's get the fuck out of here. Come on, shut up, dude. And I was like, I'm telling you, bro, I want to be on K-Rock. So I threw it out there in the universe, bro. And the day that I got on K-Rock, I did my first overnight. That fool called me, bro. And I was like, K-Rock, who's this? He's like, hey, dude, it's fucking Andre. You fucking did it. You know what, man? I mean, my dad wanted to be a broadcaster, and he had kids and obligations and shit, so he couldn't do it. You know, he had to get married, and he had to, you know, get a job, a 9 to 5. So his dream never panned out. And I don't know if that was just instilled in me or something that I had in the back of my mind growing up, but I've always been entertaining, bro. I've always been a person that doesn't matter. Like, I've always been a big guy, but it never stopped me from being out there and having friends and talking and people. Like, I like people to like me, bro. And for the most part, I can say that the majority of the people that I know like me.
Was it like that from high school? Were you like that in high school and grammar school? Were you like
high
that?
school, everywhere, bro? Like, that means everyone, you know, knew who I was, and they all thought I was a cool cat. I mean, I wasn't the coolest kid in the school, but I was cool enough to where everybody was like, oh, yeah, Steve. Whether there were skinheads, whether there were, you know, I played football, so like the athletes, it didn't matter, the gangbang, it didn't matter who it was. They were like, oh, what's up, homie? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I always wanted to be in radio. And I didn't want to, all my teachers used to tell me, my radio teachers when I went to radio school, oh, you're going to have to go back east and then come back. You're going to have to go somewhere else.
Like some Howard Stern shit? You got to go all the different states and stuff?
Hell no, bro. Big Star stay where Big Star stay, bro, and this is it. So I fucking, through a friend of ours, my boy Chuck, his cousin Rodney, knew Lightning, who was a producer of the morning show, and at the time, I was the editor of Dirt Pilot magazine, and Lightning loves racing, off-road racing, on-road racing, cars, all that shit. And so we met him, and he wanted to do a magazine called Cali Mag, and I had a segment on his magazine called Cali's Best. And so I did the best tacos, the best lap dance, the best anything in Southern California, the best. And then one day he just called us up, me and my boy Chuck were on our way to the office to just, you know, start doing our magazine work. And he called up, he goes, hey, he called Chuck up on this big old ass brick cell phone. And he's like, hey, does Steve want to be on the radio, bro? We'll interview him tomorrow morning, be here at 6 a.m.
What?
And that's it, bro.
Just like that?
Just like that. I went the next morning. He opens the door, bro, and he introduces me as Super Steve. He's like, I want you guys to meet Super Steve. And I was like, holy shit, Super Steve. I go, that sounds sick. Could have been Stupid Steve, bro, but it was Super Steve. So, yeah, Lightning named me that same day, man. When he opened the door, he's like, Super Steve. And I was like, oh, shit. And ever since then, man, that was it. That was the beginning. I've had a fairy tale life, bro. I mean, fuck, for being on the #1 show. I was on the Kevin and Bean show. I've hosted Love Lines, a show, episode of Love Lines with Dr. Drew. I got to do that as well. I was on KFI, my dad's favorite radio station. You know, you know.
How is it like working for Kevin? Because Kevin and Bean, am I saying it right? Or
yeah, you're saying it right.
Okay. They're like the Howard Stern of the West Coast. So
no, for sure.
How was it like working with them? And was it like you know, like a cohesive environment, or was it like, you know, a lot of like, you know, button heads, like who the fuck are those cats that were Howard Stern's fucking enemies?
Opie and Anthony.
Was it like Opie and Anthony where they didn't get along or nothing like that?
You know what? I think one of the things that helped us out a lot was that Bean was living in Seattle.
Holy shit!
He was broadcasting from Seattle.
Wait,
and
whoa! So, he didn't come down, or he
would come down for special events and shit. But I think that helps out a lot, being apart from each other, not in each other's space the whole time. But no, everybody was cool, man. Everybody was really cool on that show. I personally didn't have anything against anyone on that show.
Mhm.
I thought everybody was awesome. Everybody was really cool to me. Yeah, man, I had the greatest time. Like I said, I've had a fairy tale life, bro.
The Ralph Garman Hollywood Minute was or the Hollywood that was one of my favorite things that I would tune in the morning like to listen to. I love Ralph Garman when he was
Yeah,
on
Rough
there.
Garment was the shit, man.
Yeah.
I always talk to Johnny, who's on the West Coast, and one thing that made me realize what I had done as well, Johnny. Uh, I asked him. I interviewed Johnny on one of the first West Coast Poplocks. I said, Johnny, what makes you think you can be a comedian and be successful? He goes, I know the impossible is possible. And I was like, oh shit, why do you say that? He goes, because I know someone that did the impossible. And he's like, I'm like, oh yeah, who's that? He goes, you. He goes, you're a kid from Southern California who said he wanted to be on fucking K-Rock, and you were on fucking K-Rock, the #1 fucking morning show. Then you leave K-Rock and you create Michelada Rumble, a fucking event, and that shit fucking blows the fuck up. You've hit 2 home runs and done it twice. So why can't I do it once? And I was like, God damn. And, and that really sunk in at that point. With his words, I was just like, holy shit.
I feel that I need to raise my bar because when I was 13, there was this lady in my neighborhood that used to cut hair. And I told my buddies one day I'm gonna fuck that lady, and I got to do it when I was 27. But like, I don't know, maybe I should start setting my bar a little higher, man. Like,
hey, bro, when you put it out there to the universe, it's listening, bro. So make sure it's something you really want, and I guess you really wanted it.
I do. I feel like I think we were on Pigs Radio last time, and we got in a little disagreement about Hulk Hogan.
West Coast Poplock.
No.
West Coast Poplock.
The Hulk Hogan thing that you said that Hulk Hogan made wrestling, and he was like,
Hulk Hogan made wrestling, bro. Like, there's no argument. There's no arguing that Hulk Hogan. If it wasn't for I'm not saying he's the biggest thing. Are there guys that are bigger than him now? Yeah, John Cena's probably bigger than him now. The Rock was probably bigger than him. Stone Cold Steve Austin was probably bigger than him. Cool, but if there was no Hulk Hogan, there would be none of the other guys. Hulk Hogan set.
Don't tell Bret Hart that. Don't tell Bret Hart that, though.
Well, Bret Hart didn't come till after, and that's another thing too. What happened to the fucking tag teams, bro? I know AJ and Dragon are fucking the tag team champions now, but what happened to old school? Hart Foundation, British Bulldogs.
McMahon didn't like tag teams. I think McMahon didn't like tag teams because he had to pay them double. And like
the Wild Samoans, bro, the Killer Bees, the Natural Disasters, when they were like 2 guys that, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like 2 separate guys, different shit. It's like, nah, dude.
They don't even look. They don't even dress alike. Yeah.
Nah. The Killer Bees, they would have those bee masks, and so they would use those to get in and out of the ring and shit. Like, the fucking British Bulldogs, come on, and the Hart Foundation, the greatest matches, bro. But again. I mean, as much as people hate Hulkster, he was probably a piece of shit outside of the ring. And I'm not condoning anything he said or has done. I'm only talking about when I was a kid and I watched Hulkamania and I fucking said my prayers, took my vitamins, drank my milk, went to church. Hulk Hogan was the shit.
He's the fuck, dude. I don't care what anybody fucking. You know what, man?
I still got my Hulkamania shirt, bro.
Hey, look at that right there.
I got it in red también.
I mean, just to be real, like I'm saying, like again, I'm not, yeah, he has some colorful past, but a lot of those OG wrestlers do. A lot of people hated on him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I heard Ric Flair used to fucking say the N-word to Teddy Long all the time and call him boy and shit.
You talk to well, I mean, you can't talk to him now, but the Iron Sheik would talk about how much he hated Andre the Giant, how much he hated Hulk Hogan, sometimes you tend to hate the guys that are making more money or the guys that get more clout, you know what I mean?
And I think even Bad News Brown wanted to fuck up Andre the Giant one time because he like said something racist and he stopped the bus.
Drop the N-bomb on him, bro. Drop the N-bomb on him.
But a lot of people don't know that Bad News Brown, I think he was like a judo or taekwondo guy for Canada or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I forget everybody like that motherfucker. He said I wanted to fuck up Andre the Giant. So like I do like listening to those stories about the old timers. I think it's funny like when they get like a round table and they just start talking old stuff.
And you know what I like about the old timers too? Their promos, bro. You can't beat those OG promos. Like this new promo shit, they don't even got promos no more, man.
Yeah.
These guys are fucking weak, dude.
Yeah.
The new wrestlers are guys pretending to be old school wrestlers. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck they're doing, dude.
I kind of, you know what I miss? I miss when they would be wrestling in the ring and they would pop out a little window in the corner and give a little promo there.
Yeah.
I think we should bring that back.
Yeah.
I miss that. I miss that.
And it would be someone else that's gonna wrestle like the guy that's winning today.
Yeah,
you know, like,
and it added to the story. You're like, oh, this was talking shit right here. But like now they got to do their segments, and I'm like, no, just do a little like 30-second promo during his match or whatever, and they're like, oh, he's got something to say. I missed that. I mean, they brought back Saturday Night Main Event. I don't know, and they brought the Eagle belt back with fucking Cody. That shit was, bring that fucking belt back, bro. I got my belt right there, but I think the Eagle belt is the best freaking belt, bro.
Yeah.
It's top notch. It's top notch to the big gold, you know, Ric Flair style, you know.
No, yeah, the big gold is dope. But I hate Cody. Man. I hate Cody Rhodes.
Oh, there you go, man.
You wait, whoa. What are you, a Roman fan? What's going on here?
No, I'm not even a Roman fan. I think they gave it to Cody Rhodes because his dad.
You don't think he earned it by going out and, like, you know, he basically created AEW. He did the hustle and all that through all the small promotions.
Nah. And I hate AEW.
Back a man.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's the one thing I hate in wrestling now is those death matches. Those are so bad.
Yeah.
They're like so
That
lame.
or
you have no skill, so I'm gonna start breaking shit on you.
Or that every fucking week they bring in a wrestler, he's all in, and I'm like, dog, like every fucking week you guys bring a guy in, and then like for a month you build him up, and then you don't fucking hear from him. Like,
yeah, no, I hate all that shit. There's a new one like in Mexico City where they do it in a junkyard, and they're fucking power bombing people through fucking car windows and shit. It's like, really, dude? Like, come on, bro. In
Africa, they do it like in the mud. Like,
but that one you can see that it's because that's all they have. So it's not like they're trying to do it in the mud, and they do more of the old school, over the top, like cartoonish wrestling, which is cool to see.
Steve, again, how do you feel about the WWE buying AAA? How do you feel about them buying it? Do you think they actually are doing justice to the promotion by giving Dominic Mysterio, Dirty Dom, the heavyweight championship, you know, and what they're doing with it?
I think what they're trying to do is get more eyes on AAA, like from like WWE. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to get some of those eyes over there to make that promotion grow a little more. So you have to get someone in there like a Dom, and Dom would probably be the best. I mean, Penta would have been my choice.
I think El Gran Americano. That character's been funny, bro. El Gran Americano's been killing it.
No, I think that's the one thing that they didn't understand at first, how much people like those kind of characters. They love to hate those kind of characters.
Yeah.
They don't hate them. They love to hate them.
The American people, the American fans hated it when they said he was from the Gulf of America. None of the Mexican fans fucking pissed and moaned. They thought it was funny.
Because they love that shit. Like, I've gone to TJ and watched Crash Wrestling quite a few times with my boy Mario from Pigs. And, dude, the people there, they get into it. The little kids, everyone, I mean, they're into that lucha libre, bro. And like I said, they love those kind of gimmicky things.
I remember growing up in Boyle Heights, there was a small, like, promotion there. And I remember as a kid, my dad took me, and there was this redheaded dude that his name was El Perro Russo, the Russian dog. And he came out throwing tortillas at the crowd, like, you fucking wetbacks. And like all the people, I was like yelling, and my dad was cracking up because he was like, is this Zacatecas? He's Mexican. I'm like, no, but he's talking shit about our people, Dad. And I'm like, enjoy the show. But like, yeah, you're right. That shit's fun. And the people that get it, they're like in it. It's just more fun when you suspense reality, bro.
Yeah, you're there to allow yourself to be in the moment, to be within, and that's what entertainment is. That's what comedy is. That's what live music is. That's what wrestling is. That's what movies are for. It's for us to go and to get away from the everyday bullshit that we're going through. That's why when you listen to the West Coast, we don't really do too many topics that are going on right now, like ICE or this and that, because we want you to get away from it and just try to just get away and do your thing, man, and listen to us, and hopefully we can relieve all the bullshit for an hour for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what the beauty of movies was back then. That's why Rambo is one of my favorite movies of all time. First
That
Blood.
first
hell
movie is
yeah.
the greatest movie of all time, bro.
Rambo First Blood is the greatest action movie ever made. He bled. He was cold. Everything that happened in that movie was plausible. A Green Beret could probably do that. And his lines, he didn't have too many lines. And at the end, he had the perfect amount of lines and what he had to say. I'm telling you, the best action movie ever made.
Although I do like Dolph Lundgren when he has that chain of ears in Universal Soldier, so he's like, "I can hear you." I always like that movie.
They did that back. I'll say that, yeah. Predator, the first one was sick.
The body mask alone on those guys.
What's your top 5 '80s action movies?
Oof.
Don't have to be the best, just your top 5, the 5 you like. '80s action movies.
I'm gonna say First Blood for sure. But see, I don't even know if they're all '80s.
Okay, just your top 5 action movies.
Predator.
American Ninja.
Nah, what's it called?
He puts the bucket on his head. Come on, that's cool.
The one with the what's his name? Claude Van Damme.
What are you talking about? Bloodsport?
Which one? Bloodsport.
Bloodsport?
Bloodsport was a sick one.
Oh, and he blocks on like that. Oh yeah. Fucking RoboCop. Ooh, you gotta put RoboCop in there, man.
Nah, I wasn't too big on RoboCop. There was one about Vietnam, and there was something sailor. Can't remember too much. Oh, dude, one of my favorite of all time, Original Red Dawn.
Red Dawn, yeah.
That shit was badass.
Leon the Professional. Leon the Professional, I think, is one of the best ones of all time.
Yeah.
What about you? No Schwarzenegger movies.
Yeah, I said Predator.
Oh, that's right, Predator. That's right. I keep thinking of Jesse Ventura. I keep saying that's his movie, dude.
Remember when I said I told you last? I lied. That was a fucking.
Terminator was a shit. Terminator was badass. There was a lot of good ones.
Wasn't he in the one with John Belushi where he was a Russian cop? Red something. It was like Red something.
Red Sonja?
No. But that was cool too with Conan and Red Sonja. Those were pretty good. No, there was one where
Conan was a good movie too. Conan was dope.
Conan fucking.
You know what? And then back in the days, like the Breakfast Club, Can't Buy Me Love, 16 Candles.
Oh yeah.
All them shits were dope too.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of we were talking. I was at a bar the other day and had this discussion about animal scary movies, like because everybody remembers Jaws, but nobody remembers Orca.
Oh,
you guys remember Orca?
Yeah, that was 70. That was like 70, 78 or something like that. 77,
yeah, I think it was
78.
before. Was it before Jaws or something? Because it was about a killer whale.
Around the same time, man.
I don't remember that one at all.
All right. So it's like the plot is these fishermen get this fucking whale out of the water onto this boat, and they have the whale upside down, the female has a baby, and it falls onto the deck. And they kick it out, and the baby dies, the female dies, and the dad is like looking at this from the water, the male orca. So then the orca starts attacking the small town of villagers and these fishermen, and like there's like this scene where I think Farrah Fawcett is in it, and the bar it has like these pillars, and the whale breaks it, so all the people start falling into the water, and he bites her fucking leg off. And at the end, it's just him and the fisherman and the killer whale. It's a fucking crazy movie that I was like, fuck, this is like. Orca, bro.
1977, bro. 1977, bro. I'm gonna pull it up right here so you can see it, Super Steve. It's a good. It's kind of just like Jaws, Super Steve, but it's with a whale.
Have you guys ever seen Zombievers?
I haven't seen that one.
No.
That was
one time, I think when I went to Tijuana, I went to this one place. No, I'm just
I wrote a script too. When I was at K-Rock, I wrote a script called The Donkey Show. And so
really?
Yeah.
Were you able to pull that off?
What happened?
Were you able to pull that off? The Donkey Show?
I was able to write it, and it was cool. But like every other script they buy, they shelve them, dude. They don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, and what was it like? Like guys trying to find it?
No, it was a coming of age story. 2 Mexican dudes, Chicanos from East LA, and they helped this old veteran go back to TJ to find the donkey show. It was just a comedy.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was in the Coast Guard, and we spent a lot of time trying to find it as well. I think there's this one dude that actually found it. He's like I think he works with like the cartels or like the cops, and I forget his name. He works for the U.S. now, teaching methods of survival against the cartel and whatnot. But he said that when he was younger,
about Ed
something, Ed Castellon or Ed Calderon.
Ed Calderon, yeah, he was on Joe Rogan. Yeah.
But he came out on the Adam Carolla podcast, and he said that because Adam Carolla will talk about him and his buddies trying to find it, but Ed Calderon said he found it and that he has pictures on his phone where he actually, but it was like one of those old flip phones, so he has actual pictures. But then the dudes at the bar kind of got mad at him, and he ran out. But he had pictures of actually the donkey show.
Damn.
Yeah, that's some fucked up shit, bro. I don't know if I would be able to sit down and watch that, bro.
I mean, what's that movie? Like at first you feel bad for the 40-year-old virgin. At first you kind of feel bad for the girl, but then you kind of feel bad for the donkey, you know?
Yeah.
But
Super
I mean,
Steve.
I
got one thing. Super Steve, do you watch AEW? I really want to know, does Super Steve watch AEW over WWE?
I used to watch AEW over WWE. I did when it was first out, and then it just I don't know. It doesn't have a story. I really liked it for its technical wrestling. You know, they had a lot of really good wrestlers.
But then they came to WWE. It was both what were Los Luchas? What's his name? Penta and his brother.
Yeah.
Some of the matches they had on there were fucking awesome, but
yeah, they had really good wrestlers. But the thing was that good wrestling's awesome, but you also have to have a good story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then right now WWE has, all the bigger names, and they have, even like Dominic. I mean, I'm not a big Dominic fan, but just the way they made him out to be, it just works. It just works,
It's because that motherfucker knows how to work the crowd. He knows how to put like the little things, like because a while back, Zocre and Phoenix Star were gonna wrestle in San Diego. And I went to go see them, and there was this young kid, like 6-pack abs, and he was doing all these flips and all this stuff. And then they tagged in this fucking fat super porky motherfucker, just barrel of a fucking gut. And he would go in the ring, be ready to lock up, and then he'd go back outside and argue with the crowd. And the crowd was feeling the fat dude that didn't take a bump, didn't do anything, but he just knew the psychology to how to work the crowd. I always found that interesting, and I think Dominic, growing up in the Mexican lucha world with Eddie and fucking Ray and like a lot of his uncles, he knows how to work a crowd very well.
Yeah, just like you said, the guy that was from Zacatecas, but he made himself sound like he was a white guy that hated Mexicans. It's just, you have to know your crowd. Like a good comedian, you got to know your crowd. I mean, if you don't know your crowd, you don't know shit. Same thing with with K-Rock and stuff like that when we play music. You got to know what people want to hear.
I do remember when fucking K-Rock kept on playing "Come My Baby, Come My Lady, You're My Sugar," or whatever, and they booked those guys for like a weenie, and they got booed off stage at I think it was a weenie roast.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of guys booed on stage. I mean, Creed got booed off stage. Yeah, man, it happens. It happens.
Yeah. But I remember it was just because K-Rock was playing that song every fucking hour, dude. And I was like, all right, dude, we already heard it. But
the thing is with radio, it's all about familiarity. Yeah. So remember, you're in your car, you're at work. As soon as you hear commercials, you start turning the knob, okay?
Yeah.
So what they did was play music that you were familiar with. So when you're turning the knob and you hear, "Come, my lady, come," you're like, "Oh shit, I know this song," and you would more than not tend to leave it there. So it's all like mind games, bro. That's why they did it. I mean, I asked the same question, like, why do we play these songs over and over? It's for familiarity.
Didn't you get in trouble one night, bro, for playing stuff that wasn't on the list?
Yeah, I did. Because when I did overnights, people would call me, like security guards, strippers, people that just want to hear shit, like, "Hey, can you play Social D? Hey, can you play Morrissey?" And I would be like, "Fuck it, I got time." Because the music doesn't always line up with your time. So sometimes you'll have like 10 minutes of time at the end of an hour, so you can put 2 or 3 songs in it, you know?
Yeah.
And there's a list of songs that you would have to choose from. But I'd never chose from there. I fucking, whatever people wanted to hear, people got to hear. Social Distortion, Ball and Chain, we haven't played that in 4 months. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. Boom, Social D. Just whatever, man.
Yeah, but see, that's crazy. That's the crazy thing, because I always thought K-Rock always played like underground bands or like stuff that nobody. Because I would always listen to like, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? And I would like
we break a lot of bands. We do
right. So like, I was a big Tiger Army fan, and when they came, like K-Rock was the only band that or station that would play them. I was like, oh, I like these fools, you know?
Yeah, we broke Tiger Army. They broke Purple Rain, Prince. There's a lot of music that they broke, man. I mean, shit. I remember being in a meeting, and they asked us about "Hurt" by Johnny Cash. You know, and they came to me, and the music director goes, "What do you think, Steve?" I said, "Look, I don't got to tell you anything, bro." I go, "You're K-Rock, bro. You know what you're gonna do already." And he's like, "I go, we're gonna play it, bro. Like,
yeah,
we don't ask for permission." That was one thing that I really liked about K-Rock. My boss was always like, "Hey, we don't ask for permission. If you have to, ask for forgiveness, but you never ask for permission." You know what I'm saying? So we always just did what we wanted. And that was the attitude back in the day. That's why K-Rock was what it was, because we had that attitude. Now it's like, I mean, it is what it is now, but back then, bro, we didn't give a shit. We knew we were the best. We knew we were the #1 station around. We didn't.
Are you going to be a part of that documentary? Because I think Adam Carolla is doing a documentary on K-Rock. Have they reached out to you?
I'll tell you right now, the originator of that documentary was Lightning. And
was he?
It got taken by other people. It was his idea. Yeah, it got taken. And no, you know what? They started. I don't know what they did with it. I know they're doing it. I haven't gotten contacted. But it is what it is, man. I was there. The people that know, you know, I had a great time. I don't need a documentary to validate my time there. I know I had the best time of my life, bro. And I know that there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands of people that would have loved to have done what I did in my lifetime. So for me, I'm good, bro. I don't need a question asked on the. Cause see, the documentary would be one question answered by multiple people, so it wouldn't be like asking me. You know what is what
it would be like what was some of the wildest shit you saw like that, like because everybody has different stories, you know, so that, I mean,
yeah, but imagine that if you went to every person that was ever on there, how many stories you would have. I mean, I've seen some shit, and I've been involved with some shit there, and I remember we were at I think it was Flashback to the Future out in Ontario. Oh, I can't remember. Anyways, so we were at the hotel, and we were all in the King of Mexico's room, and the lead singer of the Cure comes in with 2 chicks, bro. He's hanging out, and it was just like, what? And then 20 minutes later, he's out in the lobby playing the piano, and everyone's just around there. It's just like little shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Throwing dice with Mike Ness at Acoustic Christmas in the back.
How did you feel about Mario getting the door closed on him with Morrissey?
That was funny. I didn't know Mario at the time, but he had gone to K-Rock, and he was outside of the gates, and Morrissey was there doing an interview. And my homeboy, Oso, may he rest in peace, was this huge 6-something, like 400-pound dude, all tatted out. He worked at K-Rock. And Morrissey went outside and signed a couple autographs. And then Mario was next to get an autograph. And then my boy also was like, nah, it's over. Get everyone out of here. Get out of here. And he grabbed Morrissey and took off.
Damn.
Yeah,
Did you feel for him though? Like, you guys, that's fucked up.
Nah, hell no. Hell no. Nah. I mean, shit. We had a while back, like about a couple years ago, a year and a half, or a year ago, 2 years ago, we had a K-Rock show on the West Coast, and it was all the old school van drivers and people from K-Rock. And he told that story, and I was like, "Fuck you, man! That was me, dude. That was me." And
That's the one thing that I do miss the power teams or the van drivers, like when they would go to a different city and give out tickets. And
yeah,
I remember, do they still have that?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't even think so. I mean,
Because
we used dude,
that was
we used to
fun,
get
man.
we used to get in the vans, bro, and go to fucking Original Fritz and go drink beers all day, dude. We used to go to people's houses and fucking party. We used to go to my boy Brad. We used to go to his house. He has a beach house in Hermosa. Park the
Nice.
fucking K-Rock truck, take out the system, get on his balcony, and then it's a fucking party, dude. People are coming over, hanging out, getting drunk. He's buying food for everybody, hanging out. I mean, dude, that was when, I was there for the heyday.
Yeah.
And it's not anymore.
Before cell phones.
What happened?
Before the cell phone shit, where everybody had to record everything. We're just like,
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
enjoying
yeah.
it.
I was there for the heyday, bro. I was there when it was a shit, man. When it was a shit, and I'm glad that I got to experience all that, and I got to be a part of all that, man. And it's something that I would never trade. I gave up not having children or that typical American life of a family with a wife and the picket fence and the 2-week vacations and shit like that for enjoying my life and going out there and experiencing all kinds of cool shit and meeting people and yeah. Someone asked me not too long ago, they're like, hey, if you could go back, would you change anything, like make more money or it was, I work right now at a hospital, and the guy's like, hey, would you go back and change anything? I said, nah, bro, I wouldn't. Everything that I've done to this point has been amazing, bro. I go, and by the way, if I would change shit, I wouldn't have met you, my man. And he was like, fuck. I was like, yeah, dude, you're cool as fuck. We're homies. So
yeah, because the thing as I get older is there is no right or wrong way to do life. Like life is just life, and whatever comes at you, good or bad, it's just shit that happens. Like I used to get a little pissed off because I like I said, I wanted to be a professional wrestler, and I was pissed that my dad told me like you're gonna hurt yourself, get a job, and I ended up joining the Coast Guard for like 12 years. Because I was like, but when I saw like Phoenix and Zocre wrestle, I'm like, man, these fuckers follow their dreams. And I gave up on my fucking dream for a paycheck. I went to the school that Zocre runs, Santino Bros, and I went for a class. I lasted, but the next day my body was sore. I was like, I can't do this shit no more. I'm too old for this shit. I missed my window. But then I found stand-up comedy, and I was like, you know what? Shit happens for a reason. I'm still entertaining people. I still get that rush. So like, shit happens,
No, for sure. I mean, everyone's life is lived in different ways and different chapters. I mean, I was just in the hospital not too long ago, man, for a week. I was out of my work for like a month, but it was a good wake-up call, man, a wake-up call that I needed to change my life, my health, and I think, and I don't know what people believe in, man. You believe in God, you don't believe in God, that's cool, man. It's fine. But I thank God every day for that wake-up call and for him at least making it nothing so crazy that I ended up dead or with a heart attack. Like, he gave me something light to deal with, but to wake me up enough to be like, I need to change. And so I thank him every day for that. And I think that a lot of us get these little wake-up calls in life, and we don't take them as that. I'm cool. I beat the odds. Let me fucking keep doing what I'm doing. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, understand what your life is telling you. Understand what the universe is telling you, and make better choices in life, man. But at the same time, enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. Growing up, bro, I tell you one thing. Growing up, I listened to my parents, but I didn't listen to them. I took their advice, but I did what I wanted to do. Because as they did what they wanted to do and live their life as they wanted to, they chose each other to marry, they chose where to live, they chose the jobs that they wanted. I needed, and I understood at a young age that I needed to choose what I wanted to do and how my life was lived. Because at the end of your life, you only have yourself to blame or to be happy with or whatever. Your life is what you're going to live. And so you need to make the choices for yourself. You can't allow anyone else to make choices for you. My parents, did they want me to be a radio broadcaster? Fuck no. They wanted me to work for the city. I worked for the city of Buena Park for a couple of years. I left because it wasn't what I wanted to do. And I wanted to live my life and be happy with what I did and what I've done. And man, I'm happy, dude. Look at
Yeah, fuck yeah, bro.
all that matters, bro.
I'm a guest on your show tonight. I have my own podcast too with the fellas. I've been in radio. I've done a lot of things. I've met a lot of wonderful people. And I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that I can go back and say I wish I would have done this better. I mean, a couple relationships here and there, you know. I mean, I could have hung in there a little longer, but it
Actually went to the Donkey Show.
yeah, maybe I can rewrite the Donkey Show.
We got a couple more minutes, Sailor. We got a couple more minutes because you just mentioned the homies, right? So when we hear a little bit about how the West Coast Poplock podcast got formed, and how do you meet these two gentlemen that you do the podcast with?
Well, Johnny was a winner on K-Rock. He always wanted to. He has the whole story. You guys got to have him on there.
We got to have him on here, man.
Yeah.
He has the whole story of how he wanted to meet everybody on K-Rock, and he really wanted a party. He was in the tattoo business and the piercing business, and it was just all that rock and roll music and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we all became good friends, and so I've known Johnny for a very long time. And then when the pandemic hit, we were doing a podcast, and I didn't know if it was going to last or not, and I was already going to quit.
Do you have a name for what were you calling that podcast?
What happened?
What were you calling the podcast? What you and Johnny were doing?
We weren't even calling it anything. It was just us trying to figure it out. Mm-hmm. And we would bring other people to be hosts with us. So it was me, Johnny, and this guy, me, Johnny, and that guy. And, you know, Mario was always there because he was always running the boards and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I was like, yeah, I'm over it. And then Johnny hit me up. He's like, yo, bro, the podcast is us, bro. We don't need anyone else. And I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. So we did it. And then one day I'm driving in and I'm listening to West Coast Poplock, the song California Knows How to Party. And the West Coast Poplock studio is in, or the big studio is in Compton. And it's like, California knows how to. And I got on the mic and I'm like, yeah, we're the West Coast Poplock podcast. And they're like, all right. I wish I would have thought of something small, you know, shorter and easier. But it just, I don't know. It was just something that I thought on the way there. And that was it. The West Coast Poplock podcast. Why that? I mean, it was just a song. Like we talked about earlier, music, movies, everything has a reason in what it does to you, how it makes you feel, how it makes you vibe. You know, I listen to from rancheras to norteñas to, you know, mariachi music to oldies to funk to you know, K-Rock flashbacks. I listen to it all, man, and it all has a part. It's all a part of the movie of my life. And it all has its place. And every time I listen to any genre, it reminds me of certain people in certain times. You know what I mean? And I think that's what music in life is.
I have to watch Rocky or listen to Eye of the Tiger like once a month just to get me back in that.
I know people like that. My homie's wife always listens to I think it is Eye of the Tiger. Rita.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Shout out to Rita and Chuck.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, man.
So what do you got? We're towards the tail end. So what do you got coming up in the future, Steve? What do you got coming up, man?
To be honest with you, man, I really don't have too much going on right now, my man. I mean, I'm just enjoying the rest of, you know, whatever life brings to me, bro. I do some events here and there. I help out people with events. So if you guys want to see anything that we're doing, you can always hit up Michelada Rumble. We always post stuff, and not just Michelada Rumble stuff, but other events. Or Super Steve Flores on Instagram. I post other events that we're going to do. But we do our podcast every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. The
greatest podcast ever on every Tuesday night.
Every Tuesday. And then aside from that, really nothing crazy, man. You know, just out here just chilling for the most part, you know, to be honest. Yeah. You know, the guys on the podcast, they have a lot of shit going on. And, you know, so I'm there to support those guys.
Well, you know what, Steve? Thank you so much for blessing this show. I love you guys, dude. I'm glad I met you motherfuckers, man, you know. I mean, it's just fucking crazy how fucking you meet people from one side of the world to the other, man. It's amazing. It's great. And, I mean, I'm not that fucking religious, but I mean, yeah, like God has everybody fucking intertwining and stuff like that, bro, for reasons and stuff, man.
Definitely. And yeah, if it wasn't for the West Coast, or if it wasn't for K-Rock, I wouldn't have had the West Coast, and I wouldn't have met the East Coast.
There you go. I thank you, K-Rock motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously, man.
Yeah.
Sailor, what do you got coming up, my brother?
Tomorrow I'm gonna be at the Crow's Nest in Long Beach doing
Watching
some
out,
comedy.
the crows are coming back.
It's a good dive bar. It's a cool dive bar in Long Beach. One of my homies runs a room out there, so he told me to do a drop-in spot. I got a couple of roast battles that I'm gonna be doing in East LA, so I'll put the flyers up on the Instagram. The fundraisers, I'm always doing the fundraisers down at Sage, Maggie's Pub, so I'll keep posting it up, but I'll keep doing my stupid shit. Hopefully some people come out there. Like I just did one on Friday that was pretty fun for Los Altos High School baseball. It was fun, man. But I'm gonna be out there, so just keep out. Use the IG to find me on shows, and come check out open mics, open comedy, stand-up comedy. My bad. That's pretty much it, bro.
All right, man. Well, you know what, Super Steve, God bless you. Thank you for coming on. I'm glad you survived, bro, because we need Super Steve in this fucking world for another fucking 50 years, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, man.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
And God bless the Dodgers. Don't kill me, Yankee fans, because you know what? I'd rather see the Dodgers win than fucking, the Blue Jays and the other fucking team. So this guy's all dodge it out. Oh, man, you LA guys are mofos, bro. I swear to God, man. But, yo, we'll be back next week, bro. We'll have somebody here. We don't know yet, but we always pop them up, bro. That's how we do it over here, man. Everybody have a good night. Make sure you like and subscribe. Everything West Coast Poplock Podcast. Subscribe to the Drunken Sailor Show, bro. And we will see you guys next week, bro. Super Steve, God bless you, bro. And thank you, man.
Super Steve, over and out.
All right, man. Peace out, guys.
In the B, the O, the Y-L-E, the H, the E-I-G-H-T. Now add the S, that's East Los Angeles. Relax, kids, mezcalito, about to handle this.